Welcome to this Pro Tools tutorial. My name is Alan Swenson, and I'm going to show you a couple of shortcuts you should be using pretty much every day and in most workflows, whether it's audio post-production or music, pretty much anything. These are some basic shortcuts you should be using every day. They'll save you time. You'll be able to get your ideas down faster, edit faster, and just, go about your day faster. So first one is save. You should be saving literally all the time. Command S is save. Every time you do anything of importance, I probably save multiple times in a minute, often. Just all the time, just Command S every time you're doing anything to save. You can, even when you save, you could undo. Just keep saving it. Pro Tools does have an auto save feature that is auto saving every, I think 5 minutes is the default, but you don't really want to make 5 minutes of work go to waste. And then also it probably take you another 5+ minutes to pull up the crash session and figure out how that all works. If you've never done that before, maybe even take an hour just to learn how to fix a crash session. Just save all the time. It's super useful whenever you do anything. If you'll see up here, see how it's dark purple? This is Pro Tools 12, by the way. Basically, once you do anything, you'll see that I moved the cursor over here. It would save with the cursor right there, so that's why it turned like a lighter color. And then when you hit save, it turns darker again. You know that the most recent everything is saved there. So yeah, just save all the time. Get into the habit of every time you make an edit, hit save. Make an edit, hit save. Not every half an hour, not every 10 minutes, not ever just like when you remember. Just hit save crazy amounts of time. One day you'll lose a whole bunch of work and you'll learn it. But if you can learn it before you do that, just hit save all the time. The second one I got is zoom. So, you don't want to come down here, zoom in, zoom out when you're trying to edit something, right? So you just hit R to zoom out, T to zoom in, zooming in to where the cursor is. So zoom in, zoom out. When you want to edit something, you can just zoom in, edit, zoom out, go to the next part, zoom in, back and forth, instead of down here, then back here, then over here, then back here. It just, that wastes so much time. It's crazy how much time this wastes going back and forth. But you just use R and T, zooming in, zooming out. It's super easy. They're right next to each other. That's the next one. There's no project you're going to be working on where you're just going to stay at one zoom level the entire time. It's just not going to happen. So R and T, zoom, super easy. Zoom out R, zoom in T. The third one that I want to show you is super easy. It's the same command in every program, and it is undo. Command Z. Easy. Look, so I had saved that, 40 times, and then I hit undo, and it just undo. Super easy. So don't be afraid to try something, hit undo. Try something else, hit undo. Just Command Z, super easy. Instead of going up here, edit, where even is it? That's how little I use it. I'm sure it's somewhere in here. But yeah, literally, I don't even know where it is in the menu. But you're digging for a menu. Yeah, Command Z, super easy. It's the same shortcut in, Word or whatever, Google Docs, like every program. Command Z, use it all the time. Next one I want to show you is trim. Either to the left or to the right. It's A and S. So say I wanted to perform this. Maybe I have a longer section, right? And I'm playing it.
If you heard the first episode this season, then you know.
We, for some reason, wanted to trim it up to here. A. Boom. And we're
playing in a tragic spaceship crashing through a building.
We don't want this end part, right? You just hit S, right? A, S, A, S. Let's go back to undo everything again. Save a couple times. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, you can use the little C tool, but sometimes you're scrolling through and you're like, oh, it's right before this part, A. or it's right after this part, S. Super easy. Undo again, hit save. You'll see I'm using all the shortcuts I was just talking about. Zoom out a little bit, save it again. That's how often I hit save. All right, and then the next one that I use pretty much every time is Command E. What it does is separates. So let's zoom in a bit. Say we wanted to add some more
And
space.
the Donut Sunday boys
here for some reason, right? Command E just cuts it right there, right? So now I can move these apart. Super easy. Again, use it in post-production, use it in music production. There's just so many situations where you just want to take one piece of audio, cut it, move it apart. You don't want to delete anything. You just want to move it around. Super easy. Command E is what does it there. Command Z, undo. Command S, save. Zoom out with R. Zoom in with T. Those are all the ones we've been using. Then the last thing I want to just talk about is these generic kind of like modifier shortcuts. So the first one is Option. So what you could do with Option, if you hold Option, you can copy things. So I'm just holding Option and clicking, and look up. I just made a bunch of copies of the thing. For whatever reason, you might want to copy something. But you don't have to just copy the audio. You could also copy, say, like a plugin, right? Let's load up this plugin real quick, right? Okay, so I got this plugin. I've done a couple things here. Got a little. All right, cool. All right, well, I want to use it on another track, or I don't know. Let's say, let's make another track real quick here. So there's another track, right? And you're like, oh, I want to use that. Well, if you hold Option, drag, copies, right? So same parameters. All this stuff is the same. Super easy. So that's one thing. Just think about it in all kinds of different situations where you can just copy things or parameters. It's pretty cool. There's a bunch of other reasons. This also works like on your regular desktop. If you want to copy a file, you can just hold Option, drag a file, and that's all you got to do. So let's close these out, turn them off. Okay, and then the other one, super useful, is Control. So if you hold Control, like say you have a lot of tracks here. There's 10 tracks, right? But they're all synced to a video. So you don't want to move them off of the video, or like it'll look like the person's talking, not to the visuals don't match the audios anymore, right? So you need them to keep them lined up. But you also want to do some different sort of EQing on each channel, or let's say. So if I want to move this, you can just drag it down. It'll pretty much stay in place, right? But we can know it's in place if you hold Control and do it. See, I can't even move it over left or right. It only will stay exactly where it is. That's it, And then let's undo that. Another thing, we were talking about Option. So if you do both, Option and Control, you can copy it in place. So same kind of idea there. Undo, save. Yeah, and that's all the shortcuts that you can pretty much use in every session that you're going to do. Like I said, music or audio post. Pretty easy ones. I would learn all these immediately. And then once you get past these ones where you're not even thinking about it, you're just doing the shortcuts, then you learn like one at a time, something you do a whole lot. If if you're doing a lot of horizontal zooming, this one, maybe you learn the shortcut for that. I don't hardly do that at all, so I'll just click it, the once or twice per session that I need to like really zoom in on something. But if you're using it, every 5 minutes, you should definitely learn the shortcut for that. So yeah, that's it. Remember to like and subscribe to this video, and if you want any more Pro Tools tips and tricks, shortcuts, remember to subscribe. Thanks.